Hi everybody, welcome to week 6, module 6. You're on the second half of the session. Hopefully you're all still hanging in there. This week we're going to be taking a look at power, politics, and leadership. So we have a couple chapters about the history of leadership research, and over time we've moved from trying to find the people that were born as great leaders, and now we recognize that leadership skills and competencies can be taught. The second topic, power and politics. We're going to focus on politics through networking with one of the assignments, the individual assignment, I think, this week. So take a look at the basis of power and how politics works in organizations. Yeah, I really like the topic of influence. So hopefully you'll learn something new or learn something helpful, whether you are political at work or you try not to be. Okay, so we've got a couple of chapters and then some information about Principles of Influence by Robert Cialdini. So there's a video, you can go to his website. I think that's the most valuable part of the Power and Politics chapter, personally. And then we'll take a look at the next characteristic of principled leaders and ask you to do a journal. Oh yeah, this is one, this characteristic has multiple parts. So I have given you some resources to explore each of those, but the journal, I'm just asking you to focus on mistakes. So for this assignment, for the discussion board, I'm asking you to find an example of a leader who's in the news, either because they're great leaders or because they're really bad leaders, and then try to use some specific concepts or theories from the leadership chapter to explain why the leader was so effective or so awful. So again, remember in the assignments, I'm trying to assess your understanding of and knowledge of the content, the theories, the approaches. So be sure that you reference the different theories and approaches in your responses, and then talk about the lessons learned. So again, get those in by Wednesday so people can respond by Sunday. So the written assignment this time is not as much written response. I'm going to ask you to map out your social network. This is an assignment or an activity that's actually at the back of the chapter, so you can find it in the textbook as well. I have created some of the documents to help you go through the process, but there is power to be found in your network, in the strength of your network, and you always hear about, growing your network and going out to networking events, but it's really a way that you can have power and influence in an organization. So there's the individual assignment, and then the journal this week. Well, the characteristic is respecting others by building trust and learning from mistakes. But I'm going to ask you to focus on learning from mistakes in your journal, because if you're not making mistakes, you're probably not taking enough risks. You might have heard that before. Obviously, there are some times when you don't want to take big risks, right? So if you are the surgeon in the class, we don't want you to try something new on a new patient, okay? But you can take a risk and try something new. You can learn a new hobby. You can try a new approach for motivation. You could try looking in new places for recruiting new employees. So I'm going to say in every job, there are some places that you can take a risk without, shutting down the business or killing someone in the process. Okay, so in general, does your organization support taking risks and learning from mistakes? So if you talk to entrepreneurs or you've taken some entrepreneurship classes, they say fail fast, fail early and fail fast. You want to know early on if something doesn't work so you can learn from that and move forward with a better product or a better approach. So all this is thinking about how you can learn from your mistakes. So describe a mistake that you learned from. Does your organization support making mistakes or learning from mistakes? And then how can you help others do the same? So I'll look forward to learning about your learning. Have a good week.